Imagine a country so massive it could fit the UK over 40 times, yet most of its land is virtually empty. Canada is a global giant in size, but a ghost town in population. Why is one of the wealthiest, safest, and most resource-rich nations on Earth still so sparsely populated? From frozen tundras to booming cities on the southern border, this isn't just a story of geography, it's a story of survival, history, politics, and the future of global migration. Stay with us as we uncover why Canada's land is wide open, and what might change that in the decades to come. Canada spans nearly 10 million square kilometers, making it the second largest country in the world after Russia. But with just over 40 million people in 2025, it ranks only around 39th in population. That's fewer people than South Korea, Poland, or even the state of California. Its population density is just 4 people per square kilometer. In comparison, the UK has over 270, and the US has 36. So where is everyone? About 90% of Canadians live within 160 kilometers of the US border. Why? Because most of the country is covered by tough, uninhabitable terrain. The northern half of Canada includes permafrost tundra, ice, and the Arctic archipelago. Winters are extreme, with temperatures dropping below -40 degrees Celsius in some areas. Infrastructure is minimal, and transportation is difficult and expensive. A massive rockbed known as the Canadian Shield covers half of the country. While it's rich in minerals, it has poor soil for agriculture and is difficult for large-scale settlement. The western part of Canada includes the Rockies and vast boreal forests. While beautiful, these areas are mountainous or densely forested and not suitable for high population densities. In short, while the country is vast, much of it isn't very livable. European settlers concentrated in the St. Lawrence River Valley and later along the Great Lakes. These areas had fertile soil, navigable waterways, and milder climates. This created a highly centralized population structure. Cities like Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, and Vancouver grew, while the interior remained underdeveloped. The transcontinental railway in the 19th century and later road networks helped spread population a bit, but never significantly into the north or far west. Even now, most Canadians live in a handful of major cities. Canada is known for welcoming immigrants, but most settle in major urban centers. The Canadian government has tried incentivizing newcomers to move to rural areas through the provincial nominee programs, PNPs, and rural and northern immigration pilots, but uptake remains low. Why? Job availability is higher in big cities. Social services are more robust. Ethnic communities already exist in urban areas, making the transition easier. Urban sprawl in Canada is now a pressing issue. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver have housing crises, while huge swaths of the country remain untouched. Do you think governments should force or incentivize migration to underpopulated areas? Let us know your opinion in the comments. Canada has abundant natural resources: timber, oil, gas, freshwater, and minerals. Yet resource-rich regions like Alberta and northern Ontario remain sparsely populated. Why? Resource extraction is often automated. Workers fly in for short stints and fly out. Environmental protection laws limit permanent settlement. The irony: Canada is rich in land and wealth, but doesn't convert that into widespread, balanced settlement. Canadians identify strongly with their cities. Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary dominate cultural and political life. This leads to more infrastructure investment in those cities and continues the cycle of centralization. Northern regions often rely on subsidies and federal programs for health, transport, and food security. As a result, services and opportunities outside urban centers remain limited. Canada's far north is becoming geopolitically important due to climate change. Melting ice is opening new shipping lanes and access to resources. But who will live there? Military outposts are being expanded. Indigenous communities already inhabit much of the north. Canada's low population density makes Arctic sovereignty more difficult to assert. Expect to see more policies and debates about populating Canada's north in the coming decades. Realistically, most population growth will continue to cluster in southern cities. But climate migration could change that. As the US and parts of the world experience drought, heat waves, and rising sea levels, Canada's cooler climate and water wealth could become a pull factor. Predictions suggest that northern migration may pick up after 2050. Tech-driven remote work could decentralize urban living. Governments may begin building new planned communities in the interior. Still, without major investment in infrastructure, these shifts will be slow. If you could move anywhere in Canada, where would you go and why? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into geopolitics and geography. Canada is one of the most fascinating cases of geography limiting human expansion. It has the space, the wealth, and the resources, but geography and history have conspired to keep its population small. Will that always be the case? Or will global change finally push people into the vast, untouched heart of Canada? Thanks for watching.